What is up, guys? RSC6414 here, back with another video. I was recently doing my Raw review, just like 15 minutes. I was literally 15 minutes in the video. Something went wrong with my webcam, some technical difficulties. So now I'm going to do a reduced Raw review because I'm generally doing in-depth reviews. But this one's not going to be as long. It'll be reduced because I don't feel like repeating myself for another 20 minutes and do a 40-minute webcam video. But gonna try and get through this one. This Raw was really good, so I feel like I'm gonna do a review regardless. This Raw was one of the best ones since Mania by far. Since the one after Mania, really good. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. First thing we have is a segment with Alberto Del Rio, which sets up CM Punk and Alberto Del Rio in the main event tonight. Then later, Punk backstage says he doesn't want Heyman with him anymore because Heyman said something like "my client" during the beginning segment of the opening. And Punk says, "I don't need you at the ring anymore, but I still need you as a friend," blah, 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 just saying stuff like that. Whatever. The next thing we have is Christian versus Wade Barrett. It was originally supposed to be Curtis Axel versus Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental Championship, a rematch. Vicky says that Axel will face Barrett another night. It'll probably be SmackDown, I'm sure. And then then she says, "I've got this opponent." Christian returns after a year-long absence, really, literally a year-long, shoulder and stuff. But I've never been a huge fan of Christian, but I know a lot of people do, so it's good for them. Not a huge fan of him. Good wrestler, just can't get into him. He basically beat Barrett around the ring, delivers the Tornado DDT off the rope, and then delivers the kill switch on Wade Barrett for the win there. Pretty good. Next thing we have 2-on-1 handicap match, Rhodes Scholars versus Sheamus. Sheamus was beating him up both. I was like, oh Lord, Sheamus is beating him up and he's going to win again. He delivered the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on Cody Rhodes on the outside, just slapping him, like punching him. And then delivers a white noise on Cody Rhodes. He's about to deliver the bro kick, and then out of nowhere, Damien Sandow grabs him by the legs and rolls him up for the 1, 2, 3. Rhodes Scholars wins this match. That was pretty good. Next thing we have Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton for a no disqualification match. Pretty good match. Enjoyed it. Randy Orton hit him. Daniel Bryan hit him with some drop kicks, hit him with some submissions, like put him in some submissions like the crab. Randy Orton would eventually get out of that. Then he was kicking him around. Daniel Bryan was knocked Randy Orton out of the ring, was going for a suicide dive. Went for it. Randy Orton counters and throws moves out of the way and just sort of pushes Daniel Bryan head first right into the barricade. Took a rough hit on the barricade, and his shoulder and neck hit it pretty hard too. Looked pretty rough, but then the doctor checked on Bryan. He was like, "I'm fine." He got back on the apron, got knocked over the rope, tried to pick himself back up by doing a front flip, got slammed off again, then hit with the kendo stick a couple times during this match since it was a no disqualification match. And then he got picked up and slammed on the barricade by Randy Orton. And then the doctor checked on Bryan, called the match off. He was like, "This match is over, this match is over." Randy Orton wins via count, via whatever, since the doctor called it off. The next thing we have, match is pretty good. Not a huge fan of the ending, but whatever. Next thing was AJ Lee doing a segment. Stephanie McMahon comes out. They exchange words, like AJ insults Stephanie by saying, Stephanie basically says, "You need to slow down, you need to act more mature, act more like a Divas champion, act more like a lady. You make ladies look like a stereotype, that they're all fast and or date all these different men at several times, over several months or whatever." Sorry, I'm talking really fast, but I had technical difficulties earlier, so I'm not going as in detail. I'm running out of breath a little bit, but I'm doing my review. So basically, she just says AJ needs to slow down. AJ's like, "Well, maybe I'll marry a wrestler," insults Stephanie because she's obviously married to Triple H. They just exchange words. Stephanie's like, I'm the boss of you, I can strip the title, I can fire you, do whatever I want. AJ shuts up, and then divas come out. Caitlyn comes charging at the ring because AJ called out any diva in the locker room for a match because no one can beat her. Caitlyn just takes AJ down and just beats the crap out of her. Big E pulls AJ out before Caitlyn can do anything else. Caitlyn has a little boob slip, a little nipple slip, and all the dudes on Twitter and Facebook or guys were just talking about that for 20 minutes. And Caitlyn's not bad looking, so you know, whatever. Not gonna go on in much detail about that, but so yeah. Next thing we have is Dean Ambrose versus Kane U.S. title match. This match lasted 3 minutes. Kane delivered a sidewalk slam for a near fall, was about to do something else, and then Roman Reigns charges at Kane. Kane punches Reigns. Rollins is about to do a move off the top. Kane grabs Rollins by the neck, grabs Ambrose by the neck, but Reigns spears Kane, and then they do a triple power bomb on him. They walk out, and then there's Triple H earlier in the night told Vicky there need to be some consequences if the Shield interfered. Vicky was about to do something, and then Vince McMahon was like, great performance tonight, guys. Almost like going against Triple H, you know, blah, blah, blah. Then the next thing we have is Cesaro versus William Regal. Cesaro comes out. He's with Zeb Coulter. He's Zeb Coulter's newest guy, I guess. Zeb Coulter's his manager now that Swagger's going to court and stuff for his marijuana incident, you know, and his weed or whatever. I think he had marijuana, but you know, and then he sped and DUI, so he's going to court for that. So maybe that's why they're having Cesaro, Zeb Coulter, Cesaro's like manager. So now it's pretty cool. I like Cesaro, so maybe this is a start of a push again for him. But I really like Cesaro. Hope it is. He beats William Regal with the neutralizer. Really short match. Not much else to be said. He throws the "Don't Tread on Me" flag on Regal's body and walks off. John Cena promo he cuts in the ring. Talks about how 2012 was a rough year. Thanks to fans for sticking with him. Thanks his fans for sticking with him through his rough year 2012. Talks about how he appreciates it, and it's because of the fans, this WWE title, blah, blah, blah. Says he's not going to lose it until somebody who eventually will lose the belt, and it's going to be someone who earns it, not someone who wins it cheaply. Mark Henry comes out because it's his retirement speech early in the day and the weekend. He sent out some cryptic tweets hinting his retirement on Raw, and then he comes out, puts his boots down, and then comes out in this nice pink jacket, blazer. Talks about thanks to fans, thanks WWE for opportunities, blah, blah, blah. He's been WWE for how many, 17 years, something like that. World Heavyweight Champion, ECW Champion, basically any champion almost you can imagine besides the WWE Championship. He tears up some in the ring. Talks about how it's 200 days a year, misses a lot of time with his family, his wife, his little girl who he cries about and says he's coming home. And then John Cena comes in the ring. They hold the title up together. Henry gives him a hug, and I'm thinking, come on, just don't retire yet. I'm a huge fan of Mark Henry. He's probably one of my top 5 WWE wrestlers. Really like him, heel or face. He's always been one of my favorites. I like him a lot more as a heel, so I'm glad. But I'm thinking, come on, don't retire now. But I know he's old, and I'm thinking, well, I guess this is it. And then he hugs him. I'm thinking WWE, they publicize this retirement speech a lot. I'm thinking they generally don't do this. Maybe there'll be a swerve. Maybe Henry will stay. He's giving a hug. I'm like, all right, maybe. And then he picks him up. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. World's strongest slam on John Cena. I marked out, went nuts, yelled in the house, was really happy, really pumped up. It made my night. Mark Henry staying, thinking he's not retiring. Thank you, Lord. I screamed and yelled, woke my dad up. And then he got mad, but you know, whatever. Sorry, Dad. But later on, he's, after he delivered the world's strongest slam. Renee Young, backstage, says, So what was that for? Or something like that. He like, I fooled everybody with my tweets. You're a bunch of puppets. Blah blah blah. And he says, I challenge John Cena to a match at Money in the Bank for WWE Championship. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be great. John Cena will probably accept for Money in the Bank. I'm definitely buying this pay-per-view. It's already sold me basically with that match with Mark Henry. Hopefully he can win the WWE Championship there. I don't know, maybe, but definitely sold me. I didn't get pay. I did not get payback, but I'm definitely getting Money in the Bank if Cena accepts. So that'll be cool. So hopefully he'll accept. The next thing we have is Jericho versus Heath Slater. This match is short. Jericho basically delivers a lion salt, running bulldog, and codebreaker on Slater. Wins 1, 2, 3. Then Mahal comes after the match. He throws Mahal through the ropes and delivers codebreaker on Drew McIntyre. That ends that. Next thing we have is Curtis Axel versus Sin Cara. Curtis Axel ends up beating Sin Cara with a DDT right into his stomach. This all got set up when Sin Cara was going for a move off the top rope. He moves out of the way and gives knees to the back of Sin Cara's head when he tries to do a front flip off the ropes. He gets his knee in the back of the head, and then that sets up the DDT, so Axel wins. Backstage segment with CM Punk. Paul Heyman's like, gives him a big hug. He's like, I understand, I won't come to the ring with you. I'm just gonna sit back here as a friend and watch it. The next thing, CM Punk versus Del Rio, main event, decent match, back and forth action, suicide dive by Punk. He delivers a GTS in the ring, but Alberto Del Rio rolls out of the ring. And then basically Del Rio's on the ramp, still getting down. Then Dolph Ziggler comes running out since he lost the World Heavyweight Championship, hadn't gotten cleared, beats the crap out of Del Rio, goes at it. Del Rio gets that match is basically it, and Del Rio gets counted out. CM Punk wins by countout. Del Rio, Ziggler still going at it. That ends that. Ziggler gets out, and then Brock Lesnar's music hits. I'm also a big fan of Brock Lesnar, so I marked out here too. I heard rumors about him feuding with CM Punk. CM Punk sort of turning face, sort of. It really sounds like, yes, Brock Lesnar coming out. Come on, Brock. He's one of my favorite wrestlers in WWE as well, so I'm really glad about that. He comes to the ring, about to pick up the microphone, and then picks CM Punk up. I'm like, yes, yes. F5 delivered to CM Punk. I like CM Punk, but I like Brock Lesnar more. I really like Brock Lesnar. He's my favorite Paul Heyman guy. Lesnar's probably, I don't like him. I like him. I like Punk, don't get me wrong. I like him, but I like Brock Lesnar a lot more than CM Punk. I like Punk, though. He's a great wrestler, don't get me wrong. But CM Punk delivers the F5. That ends Raw. Great Raw, like I said. Probably the best Raw since the Raw after Mania. Overall, I give this Monday Night Raw 7.5 out of 10 is what I give it. Actually, I'll give it an 8. 8 out of 10 for this Raw. Really good stuff. Really enjoyed it. Brock Lesnar returns. Probably set up a match at Money in the Bank. Henry, like, hints a retirement. Delivers the World's Strongest Slam. Calls out Cena for a WWE title match. Christian returns. Just some great matches. So yeah, really loved this Raw. Give it an 8 out of 10. Just because of those certain segments, couple matches. So yeah, pretty good. So check out my other videos. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.